Hello there, it's me, Potato Meat, and welcome back to another showcase. My camera moved up. Again, I'm still working on this whole figuring out this stupid camera, man. It's stupid. Okay? For some reason it decides to be on one camera and then it decides to be on the other one. I don't get it, okay? Anyways, welcome back. Today I'm showing off my own custom Spider-Man figures. You know, Tato-verse. Like on my Instagram. Go follow me on there. Anyways, so yeah, let's get into it. Woo. Alright, who do we have up next, or up first? It's Spider-Man, of course. I mean, just look at the man. Look at him. So I can't tell if he's like darker on camera, like darker here, because I don't know what you guys are saying. Like my phone shows it as darker, like right now, but I don't know. He's actually meant to be like a really bright. He's a pretty bright red in person, so like, you definitely know if you saw him in person. But I can't tell if my camera's making it all weird. Anyways, so starting from the top. He has a mask from Nate's Minifigs, that just being the MCU Spider-Man mask, the engraved one that he included in the other engraved Spider-Man masks, like the comic book accurate ones. And of course you might remember that I used this one on my other Spider-Man figure, you know, the red and black one. Sorry about that, an Amber Alert just went off. Anyways. Okay. Alright, I'm sorry. So, basically, it's just, you know, from the MCU Spider-Man mask that I used on my red and black one, but I decided to do a red and blue one because, you know, I just want to make them feel a little bit more classic. And just, I kind of didn't really feel all that great about the red and black one. It kind of looked a little weird, but yeah, I still liked it. And, you know, I still liked the color scheme red and black. So yeah. But I just felt like he needed the red and blue. Also, the spider emblem isn't that great. I probably need to fix that at some point. But, who knows. Anyways, so for some reason, I don't know why people think this is techie. Because I did not mean for this suit to look techie if it does. I think the only reason why people think that is because of black lines, which could easily be sewing lines. So, you know, that's fun. Anyways, I did like this little mixture of like a dark blue, like the darkest blue I had, and a little bit of white, I think. And I kind of made this little kind of in-between color, which I really like the way it looks. I think it looks great, because I did not like the others, just as like a combination, so I just thought this would be the best. So yeah. Anyways, I really like the way this figure turned out. He does, of course, have 360 detail, just like all my figures. And, of course, also has the red webbing on, you know, the legs, like the webbing. Yeah, I like that detail, so I just decided to keep it. But yeah, not much else to really say about this figure. Pretty simple. He also does have little glove tops, and he does have an alternate head, which I don't know if I've already shown this already, but I can show it right now, just in case if I haven't. Bada bing, bada boom, boom. Look at that. It's Spider-Man. I was gonna make a joke about him just looking like Tom Holland, but nah, decided not to. Well, I guess I kinda did just now, but who cares. Anyways, let's get some of the simpler characters out of the way. Like, before I move on to the alternate suit for Spidey, let's do MJ. Here's MJ. Pretty simple figure. I didn't really intend to make like a full-blown custom, like fully painted legs and fully painted everything, you know? Car thing outside. But yeah, I just decided to make this pretty simple. And there wasn't really much I didn't really know what else I wanted to do. So I just kind of decided to go like a simple black jacket. Not black, brown. Brown jacket. And, you know, just a little bit of detail on the arms, just to kind of give it a little bit more than, you know, just it being a pure black. Not black, why do I keep saying that? Brown, like, arms and all that. And the only reason why I really made Mary Jane, like, I didn't plan on making her or anyone else. Like, Eddie Brock or anyone like that. The only reason why I made her is just so she can go along with Spidey on like my Instagram post. So yeah. But I really like the way this figure turned out either way. Also, the feet are from, I think, a Harry Potter. No, not Harry Potter. It's from that weird Muppet dude. It's from like the blue suited one. I remember that now. Anyways, but taking off the arms and all that, you actually get to see this torso. It's just a little Spider-Man emblem on the black torso. So yeah, it's an area-light curved torso. I just kind of modified it a little bit. Anyways, now moving on to the actual Spider-Man suits. Well, suit, because there's only one other one. So here it is. It's symbiote suit, of course, because why would I not make this? Anyway, I think this is like the only Spider-Man suit that I'll actually be making like alternate suit. I might do Iron Spider at some point, but I don't know. Okay, so I just have this for now. Yeah, I really like the way this looks. I decided to keep it really simple and decided not to add like muscles or anything like that. And the reason why is just because it would kind of make the emblem look a little weird because my light gray, like the lightest gray paint I have would just make it look extremely odd. It would pop out way too much. And plus, I didn't put abs or muscles on this dude, so why would I put them on here? you know, lean Spider-Man, I guess. I don't know. He's still buff, but he's still skinny, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I really like the way this looks. I actually did Venom before this one, so I just kind of wanted to get that clear. So yeah, I kind of like the way the emblem turned out on Venom better than here. But yeah, I still like the way this figure turned out. He does have a little bit of white at the bottom, kind of represents some shoes, I guess. And of course, he has these little white veins, just to kind of give it a little bit more detail. And of course, like the white on the top of his hands. Instead of just being like these little squares or triangles, I decided to make them a little bigger. And, you know, decided to make him go up the arm, kind of crawl up like a symbiote or something like that. And I really like the way the emblem turned out. I wanted to make it really big, because kind of from the comics and just about every single depiction, besides Tobey Maguire's, his emblem has been extremely big, so I decided to keep that little detail, instead of just making it tiny, like Tobey's. Anyways, moving on, I'm going to do Eddie Brock first before I actually do Venom, because Venom is probably going to be the most annoying one to showcase. So here is Eddie Brock, a very simple one, just like Mary Jane. I used a Poe Dameron head because I wanted to get that stubble, but there weren't any, you know, blonde, or there weren't really any other faces that really work, or that would work. So I decided to go with this. And plus, you know, some blonde people just have black eyebrows, you know? So he doesn't always need to have brown. Not brown. Well, I guess brown and blonde. Whatever. Anyways, but I gave him a little blonde hairpiece. Kind of give him a little bit more detail. And just kind of like a black varsity kind of jacket. I don't know. I just kind of imagine him wearing a varsity jacket of some kind. I don't know. And I did decide to give him these little pants. You know, just these simple little legs with pockets on them. There's nothing underneath. Just a gray torso I painted. Anyways, time to show off the most annoying figure in the showcase. Not annoying to make, but just annoying to showcase. It's Venom. I can't even make him stand on here. This is a whole custom piece, too. Okay, so there we go. Alright, sorry about that. Anyways, so here's Venom. He's going to be really annoying to showcase because I haven't fixed any of the joints. Because he's very loose. He's very loose. Like, I'm talking like the arms swing and the hands tend to pop out a little bit. So I really got to fix those. But here he is. I really like the way he looks. I think he turned out far better than my original. And this is why I first painted the torso, like the emblem. So that's the reason why it looks like that. I'm going to turn him slowly. There's no side detail. Of course, because like it's meant to be simple. But yeah, I like the way it turned out better on here. The head definitely looks really good now. Here, I'll take the jaw off since it is magnetic. This whole body piece is from Nate's Minifigs. Well, okay, kind of Nate's Minifigs. It was sold through Nate's Minifigs, but it was a Benson Bone figure originally. All Nate did was just kind of modify the, proportions and all that. Kind of make it look a little bit better, because the original did kind of look a little stubby. But here's the head. Oh, damn, you can see my fingerprints. Yeah, it's just a little tongue. I did dirty up the teeth a little bit, just to kind of give it a little bit more detail. Also, just like on the symbiote suit, I didn't show this off, but he has a little bit of upper torso detail. Just saying. But yeah, I like the way this figure turns out. It's the exact same detail as the other symbiote suit, just with, you know, minus his feet, because the feet don't have the white soles. That probably would have been cool, but that's sad now that I had it. Really cool figure. I like the way it turned out. Moving on. Who should I do next? You know what? Let's do Kraven, because I did make Kraven. Because why not? Here he is, Kraven the Hunter. He has his little spear. It's all damaged and all that, because I wanted to make him have a little damaged, like, stone spear or something like that. But yeah. So, my whole goal with this new kind of wave of Tato-verse figures is to kind of keep some of them simple, but not too simple to where they just look basic. So I just decided to go a little bit simpler with this dude, but not too simple. Like, he does have shoulder pads and all that. And I kind of wanted to add that because I thought it would look cool. But the face, I really like the way the face turned out. It's just I think Hanzo from Overwatch. I just kind of added the beard and kind of graded it up a little bit, and then added like a little scratch on his face, like maybe when he was younger, he kind of got attacked by a lion and wasn't really as good as he is now. So, I don't know, just a little bit of lore. I think he does have something on his face. Yeah, he does kind of have a little bit of something on his face right there. I can fix that. Anyways, but I did take this hairpiece from, I think it was like the Wonder Twins from the DC CMF series, like the Lego Batman one, and I just decided to like completely modify and got rid of the ears, because, you know, I don't really want him to have pointy ears. Anyways, taking all of that, taking the head off, I'll show you an alternate one since the Hanzo one only had one side, which really doesn't make any sense because the hair covered up the whole head, so I don't really get it. But here he is a lot more angry. He's growling, screaming. I don't know. He's doing something with his mouth. Wait. Anyways, but the torso, the little jacket, is actually just kind of meant to look like a lion or a tiger, I guess. Just a big cat. And, just some thick black lines at the back. I don't know why I did that, but I kind of like the way it looks. Also, this top piece, like the little tan piece right here, the little fur, is actually like some fur cloth that I had lying around because I used to sew a lot. And I had that at some point, and I never really used it for some reason. And I really don't know why. I'm also throwing everything behind me, by the way, just to get out of the way. But I also did paint on the muscle detail, like the gloves and just the kind of like the muscles instead of actually sculpting them. Because I really did not feel like sculpting them. Because tan paint, like the skin tone paint, can be really annoying to work with. But yeah. Below that is just a normal, like, buff torso. I didn't feel like painting one because I just had one lying around. It does have, like, a little scratch on it, though, so I don't know. Maybe that could be another scar. Who knows? But he does also have just brown pants with, like, these tiny little stitches on them and little pockets. And then the shoes. I like the way the shoes turned out with, like, this nice silver on there. God, that shines real good. Look at that. Ooh. Really good tell on this new phone. Ooh. But yeah. He has, like, these little canisters on one side, so maybe at some point if he uses a gun, he can have, like, a little tranq darts. I don't know. I just thought it'd be cool. Anyways, moving on, I'm just gonna show off normal Sandman before I get to the two two of my favorite figures out of the showcase. I just moved one of them. But here's Sandman. He's pretty normal, just normal Sandman. It's not really, you can't really do much with just normal Sandman. Like if he's in like his human form, maybe you can give him like kind of an in-between form, like both human and sand at the same time. But I decided to just go with a pure sand version and then just normal sand. His boots, like his shoes and his pants, legs, are just dual molded legs, just normal ones. I didn't even do anything to them. Then, of course, buff arms, of course, because he's got to be buff. I did sculpt a little bit of a chest on him, and it's kind of reminiscent of the Electro that I did, which I only do that for like characters who have shirts on or something like that. I don't know. Maybe I might just do one who doesn't. I don't know. But yeah, I give him like this nice little green striped shirt, kind of like usual, and then painted on the abs. I think it turned out real clean though. Like look at this. Ooh. The head is from Kite Man, and then of course the fin hair is in reddish brown now. Moving on, we have pure full, absolute sandy man, Sandman. You can really see the detail now. Look at that. Ooh. God, this new phone really can capture the detail. Anyways, but I did try to replicate the head. I did try to replicate the head from Kite Man and make it look like it was actually just pure sand now. Kind of basing it off the original Sandman head, like the fully sand one from those little Lego sets. Which, sadly, they haven't done one of those in a while, actually. But I kind of use that as a base, too. I need to buy one of those heads. It's a really good head. But, yeah, I like the way it looks. I did repaint the fin hair to be in this little tan color with, like, a little bit of a chestnut wash. And then comes the torso. Oh, boy. So, the torso was just, of course, broadened and, just elongated. Like, the arms, the legs, and everything was just bigger now, like how I usually do with all these figures. And basically all I did is I covered everything in Procreate. Everything. Except for like the top of the torso and then I might have done a little bit at the top of the torso, I don't know. And of course like the legs. Like I didn't do the little thigh part right here, and that's mainly because I still want his legs to move. But yeah. So I just gave it a base coat of this tan paint like I use on the face, and then I just kind of give it a little bit of a chestnut wash. But the way I actually got this detail, like all these little cracks and all that, is by using an aluminum ball. And I just rolled it up and just kind of pressed it on here. So yeah, I think it turned out real nice. It's a nice little texture. He has his little sand hammer hand. It looks completely different than this because I tried a different technique. It did not work. It looks weird. So I might have to go back and fix that at some point. But who knows. But yeah, I like the way he turned out. He looks really nice. Alright, moving on to Carnage, because I actually remade Carnage. A lot of remakes in this episode, actually. I don't know why I said episode. Who cares? But, yeah. So the reason why there have actually been a lot of remakes in this whole showcase is just because I was not happy with some of the original designs. Spider-Man, Venom, Rhino, Carnage. I'm not really all that happy with those older designs, so I decided to change them. With Carnage here, I decided to make the lines a little bit more symmetrical, to where they actually look similar on the other side. So I thought that would be cool. And, of course, I did the exact same detail, like, the spikes and all that. Believe it or not, the middle spikes, like spine ones, and then two on the, I guess, kind of from the shoulders. Torso shoulders, I guess. Those are actually from the original Carnage. I just resculpted the ones on the actual arm shoulders. And of course, I actually sculpted little fingers on there. They are kind of small, but I still like the way they look. So yeah, I did try to, of course, get everything to look symmetrical. And the head is just another like normal Carnage head from like the 2012 version. I just decided to repaint it, of course, because I really like the way that looks. I also gave him toes this time. I don't know why. I also gave him soles, like little black feet all the way at the bottom. You can't really see it all that well though. But yeah, he does have an alternate head and an alternate hand actually. So I go with like this little Loki head from the Marvel CMF. I give him, of course, the axe hand, which I like the way it looks. So yeah, that is Carnage. Finally moving on to the final figure. There we go, that's perfect. That's good. Here is the Rhino remake. Back in darker. I can't really say back in black or anything like that because he's not really in black. He's actually in like a gunmetal gray. So, but yeah, kind of like the original. He did have a lot of silver and just a lot of grays that didn't really match all that well, and he looked ugly in the face specifically. I really did not like that head. So here I decided to take a bootleg Batman vs Superman big fig, and I modified the hell out of it. I sculpted horns on the shoulders just like last time, and I only kept it down to 2. I didn't put like a little ring around it because that just kind of looked weird now that I think about it. I also gave him one horn this time. It's a short and thicker one, just so it would probably make a little bit more sense instead of like looking like one that would snap off easily. He does of course still have the magnetic jaw, which boom, there you go. You can see it's a better face below there. He does of course have the blue eyes, but this time they have a little bit of white in there. No actual neon colors on him, believe it or not. I don't think anybody in the showcase actually had any neon colors. Huh. Looks like I'm moving on from that. Anyways, but everything else is just kind of like modified. He used to have a belt until I just sanded and like dremeled it away. It was hell, okay? I had to completely resculpt like this part. It came out really smooth though. Yeah, so I like the way it looks. He does have these little blue lights. Actually, on the inside of the thighs, right there, it's gray. And that's actually because I originally had it in gray, but then I asked a few friends, like, hey, how's this look? Or, actually, no, I didn't ask them. I showed them off. And one of them was just like, that kind of looks more like Batman versus Superman. Batman, instead of Rhino. Like, the eyes just kind of made it more apparent that he looked like him. But it is meant to be Rhino, of course. You know? But I want the darker color scheme just because, I don't know. I feel like the Sinister Six kind of has just brighter color schemes, and I got a feeling having a darker one would be kind of cooler. Also, I just like the way it looks, okay? But yeah, I think this is a really great figure. I think it turned out great. And that is actually it for the showcase. Oh, God. So, in terms of whips, what do I have? Well, I do have a couple completed figures, but I'm not going to show them off just yet, until after a while. But for Tato-verse, I'm taking a break for a minute, honestly. I want to make other characters that aren't just my own designs. I want to make, like, Spider-Verse characters, because I have been working on those. But the only Tato-verse figure I'm actually working on is, like, a chameleon. So here's the mask. I do have a whole bunch of other, like, details for him, but you'll just have to wait and see. So let me just kind of give you a little bit of a sneak peek at some of these Into the Spider-Verse figures. Well, actually, across the Spider-Verse. We got Spider-Man India. Yeah, the new design for him. I like the way it looks. I think it looks better than the original. Here's the Spot. I actually painted him on a live stream, my Instagram one. So, go check out that account if you really want to see me give updates and all that. Miles Morales, his new suit. Still a bigger fan of the old one. This isn't actually Into the Spider-Verse or Across the Spider-Verse related. It's just like a comic book Spider-Man that I wanted to make. So I'm working on that. Then I have Spider-Cop from the movie, not the actual comics. Mark 1 Spider-Man. I just got a chrome pen and I thought that'd be cool. And of course, Werewolf Spider-Man. So yeah. That's it for Across the Spider-Verse so far. I do have a couple other characters I want to make, but I'm not going to show them off just yet. But in terms of the fantasy showcase that I have been saying for days, months now, it's been a while. Yeah, I'm still working on that. Yeah. I do have the materials to actually resin cast my character's helmet, so I'll do that at some point. I just got to actually build a pressure pot and then figure it out. This is going to be difficult. But there is one more character who will be a part of the group. The new one is just this dude. You'll see him. I'll get full context as to why. And just who he is and what it means to me to finally see this character be better than what he was originally. Because there was a version before this. But you'll just have to wait until the actual showcase. Anyways, but that is it for the showcase. I know it's probably a long video. But hey, I'm probably going to have to edit it down a lot. I don't know. We'll just have to see. Anyways, that's it. Goodbye. Also, I might make Spectacular Spider-Man just for Across the